All right, we're doing it. Again, if you didn't see my video, I don't know what Facebook's doing. I'm not going to pretend to know. Mark Zuckerberg. But it won't let me in to do a live video. I tried a couple different ways. So I'm recording this on Zoom, but please still interact like we're live. It's very, very important. And you guys have been amazing to this day, to date, on posting hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, to tell us your biggest takeaways, to tell us how you're feeling and how you're doing. If you're not seeing major shifts right now, it's okay, right? Just keep doing it. Again, we're building that foundation, Day 4, we are talking about the biggest fat burning mistakes. And I'm going to pretend like you guys are going to interact with me. So make sure you type yes, you are excited to learn biggest fat burning mistakes that we see over and over and over again that can halt your fat loss, stall your metabolism, and not have you reconnect with yourself. Because isn't that the key, to stop that spinning wheel? When I said how, like, who constantly thinks I should, I shouldn't, I should, I shouldn't, just to halt that narrative. Who wants that? Yes. Okay. And that's what we've been doing all this week, is building that foundation, putting the corners of the puzzle together. Okay. And you guys are doing a great job interacting, commenting. You're invested. And that's super important, because for me as a coach, and Angela went in live, our client success coach, yesterday. So make sure you check her out. She gave you guys some great, great resources. But the one thing that needs to shift off the hop before we even really get results moving and shaking is that there has to be a change in beliefs. Like, you have to believe you are worth it. Okay. And that is not that what will change when the inches are lost? What will change when you have stable energy and don't want to just crash with a glass of wine at the end of the day? What will change? Okay, when you feel more connected with who you are and what you want to do, BC. Okay, that's that belief, right? There's never a belief, and that you guys are vested in doing this right now, because there's never a good time, especially right now, pre-holidays. Okay, everyone's like, oh, December's too busy, it's not a good time. It's like getting pregnant. There's never a good time. Okay, but you're doing it, you're investing it. It has to be simple. It has to work in your life and be simple. Okay, so we're not just muscling through. Everyone can follow a meal plan. Everyone can do the workout. So I applaud you guys that are here for doing this for yourself, because I know how time is super valuable and precious. And it's easy for us to say, yep, I want to focus on me, but it's another thing to actually do it, and do it in the busyness of the holiday season. Okay. I'm super proud of you guys, super proud of you, because it'd be amazing if we're in a bubble, but I think you guys have realized we are not. Okay, I just want to make sure we're recording. Yes. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the biggest fat burning mistakes. If you're excited, type yes in the chat, please. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. And again, I know, even if you're listening in the shower, like some people yesterday were telling me that they did the cold water therapy. So proud of you. It's so awesome, right? Make sure you do your star rating check-in too, please. And tomorrow, Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing a recap. Okay, a recap. Please come, because we're putting, again, all those pieces together, especially talking about the key missing piece. In science sees, and we see it too, science shows 90% of the women missing this piece, right, in their journey. And again, stalls your progress, stall everything that you're doing here. Okay. So we're putting the focus on putting everything together with a big red holiday bow. Okay. With a big red holiday bow. Okay. So that we can create that beautiful picture of hormones working for us instead of against us at this stage of life. Okay. It isn't just about, this isn't just about vitality and health moving forward. It's about so much more. Okay. So much more. Anyways, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I know my West Coasters are like, ooh, but that's okay. It's not that early. We usually do it at 10, but we switched it to noon. And please look out in your inbox, because a special present a special bonus offer, if you will, that's a good old marketing term, is coming in your inbox at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so let's dive in today, talking about the biggest fat loss mistakes. Okay, and if you're watching the replay, please put hashtag replay. Please comment in the thread, because we look at every single one. But let me know who is working out right now. Okay, let me know in the thread who is working out right now. Are you working out to lose weight? Yes or no? Again, safe place, no judgment zone, no right or wrong answer, just yes or no. Working out to lose weight. Okay, because right now, right here, I'm going to ask you to change the narrative. Okay, a bit of the narrative. Okay, because when we talked about nutrition the first few days, and that was our focus, now we're going to be focusing as it relates to the baseline of our hormonal hierarchy, right? And why you're not getting the results of eating clean and working out like crazy. Okay, we're going to dive into, and I know you guys have questions, am I working out the right way, the wrong way? Okay, we're going to dive into it. But one of the biggest things I hear over and over again, and one of the biggest mistakes I see over and over again, is that women have ingrained in their head, to no fault of their own, because again, the diet industry blares this at us. And it used to actually work for us, right? It used to work for us. And that is one of the biggest mistakes, is that we have the narrative in our heads that I need to lose weight, therefore I need to work out more and or work out harder. If I need to lose weight, I need to work out more and or I need to work out harder. Okay, I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to tell you why this equates to our hormonal hierarchy here in a second, right? But who's thought of that? I need to burn the calories. I need to burn off these calories. I need to switch out my workouts. I need to do this challenge on this app, right? We want, again, it goes back to fixing. We feel like we need to fix something. Okay, changing the narrative from working out to lose weight to working out in your 40s is about these things: functional fitness, okay, health, vitality, getting off the couch when you're 80 years old, right? It's about running after your grandchildren. Okay, it's about getting out of bed without aches, pains, needs. It's about, yes, stress management. It is about body connection. It's about functional fitness, right? It's about system health, cardiovascular system, nervous system, skeletal system. Osteoporosis is a thing, right? The subset of that is losing weight. Okay, but working out in your 40s is not about losing weight. It's about all those other things I mentioned. The subset being when those systems are in place, when we have all the vibe of functional fitness and stress management and everything, and me time, mind body connection, then it will help give us the result of losing weight, right? We want to be active, like I said in the self-care yesterday. And for a lot of us, these gyms have great communities around them, which are fantastic. And, if you crave that, some people like go for coffee after their workouts and all those things, that's great. But again, remember the subset of you doing it is weight loss of the other things. Okay. Big narrative shift for a lot of women. Put your hands up if that's a big one for you. Huge, right? I know, I remember the days. Oh, I gotta be in a bikini in 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna work out like crazy. I'm gonna have smoothies and salads. And 2 weeks I'll be ready, flat tummy, ready to go. Right? Doesn't work like that anymore. It doesn't work like that anymore. So it's a big narrative shift in mindset. Okay. And let me know if you've ever felt that way. Gosh, I just want a flat tummy. So then you start doing more sit-ups and more cardio. Okay. More sit-ups and cardio. I've done it. Okay. So then if we know that working out in our 40s is not about losing weight, okay, we have to then look at the difference between working out and movement. Okay, because they're totally, and when I say movement, I mean intentional movement. Okay, the difference between working out and intentional movement. Working out is our time, first and foremost, right? It's your time, again, for functional fitness. It's your time to connect mind and body. Okay. It is a huge stress relief. It is the time to get stronger. It is the time to keep muscle density and muscle mass through resistance. Okay. Key. Okay. I don't know who mentioned about when we talked about stress accommodation yesterday, they mentioned, Petra, I think it was you, maybe I'm not saying your name right, but anyways, about, having friends that are really high stress and going through something like traumatic, like a divorce, and they just drop all this weight, right? So how do they drop the weight when they're high stress? Moni, you told us when we're high stress, our body holds on to fat. Yeah, they're going in massive, constant anxiety mode in the biggest, besides a bunch of other things, the biggest thing is that it's the appetite suppressant. They're not eating as much, and they are greatly losing muscle density, which will be a huge detriment to their endocrine system, to their cardiovascular system, to a lot of systems moving forward. So they may be skinny, but they're not necessarily healthy and strong. Okay. And there is sometimes a rebound from there that we do not want. Okay. Just, I don't know how I went down that tangent, but just as a little thing. So it is our time to mind body connect is the biggest one. Okay. We incorporate hormone balancing movement, because working out basically is a huge stressor on your body, because you're asking your body to rip apart and then rebuild into stronger, leaner muscle, right? That's what we want. Strong, lean, right? So that's a stressor. So we have to make sure that we do it in a hormone balancing way, meaning that we don't cause huge chaos, because your brain doesn't know if you're running from a saber-toothed tiger or you're running 40 minutes on a treadmill. Does this mean you cannot run half marathons or do your Orange Theory? No, but this is what we teach in the 3M. We need hormone balancing movement right in there. Okay, so that you can get your sweat equity, as we call it. Okay, the fruits of your labor, basically, right? But again, what's the thing you guys should know by now? What needs to happen before we can shape? Hormones need to be primed, right? Because when we're doing that that work, your hormones are sending messages to different systems in your body saying, okay, this is what's happening. This is what we're doing. Okay, this is good. Okay, if your hormones aren't in symphony and are not talking, your body and mind just see it as a big stressor, and you will not get the benefits. Hence, if you guys watch Rebecca, we did a video testimonial. She talked about how she did Orange Theory for 5 days a week and actually was getting bigger, and how now she still does Orange Theory, but knowing what she's learned as being one of our clients in the 3M system, she's like, you've seen her testimonial, right? She had to go jean shopping, 2 sizes down, 20 pounds. But more importantly, people looked at her are saying, you look healthy, you look strong. Okay, strong. So we need our hormones primed before we ask them to change, or it just sees it as another form of stress. Okay, another form of stress. Now, so that's working out. Okay, mind-body connection, putting your body through resistance. Okay, functional fitness, all those beautiful things. Now, intentional movement is also a big player. Okay, a big player. And intentional movement, I mean, is not you running up and down the stairs with a load of laundry. It is not you pacing the courtroom, if you're a lawyer. Okay, it's not you running the hallways if you're a doctor or a nurse in there. It is a moment in time when you, again, mind body connect, and it's intentional. Okay, I always joke about, everyone's seen it, the person on the bike, in the gym reading a book. That's not intentional movement. Okay, now more than ever, when we feel that our bodies have broken up with us, who feels their body has broken up with them? Okay, give me a high five, raise your little hand, the emoji like this. You feel like your body's broken up. Okay, and now more than ever, you need to connect this with this. Okay, this with this. Okay, but this is another reason why movement is so important. I always, whenever I do this challenge, I wish I need to get a little board, a little whiteboard. Because if you look at the daily expenditure of energy, okay, that we have in a typical day, the baseline of that, and please jot this down, is your resting metabolic rate. That's about 50% of your daily energy expenditure. Okay, and what does that mean? That means energy that we use just to live, right? Simply the energy that we innately we take up from like breathing, some joint movements, like things like that, anything that's innate and that's just happening without us knowing organ function, okay, is our resting metabolic rate, 50% of our energy expenditure through the day, okay? Now, the next one is digestive. So digestion thermogenesis, okay? The amount of energy, so we have resting metabolic rate, digestive, the amount of energy we spend digesting food. It's usually about 20%. It's quite a bit. Okay, it takes a lot of energy, and your different macronutrients take different amount of energy output to process. Carbohydrates take some, protein take another. This is why nutrition pairing is so important, because we match that to your life. Okay, we match that to your life without it being overly complicated, just to match your energy demand. Okay, so different portions of food and different macronutrients take different amount of thermogenesis to break down. All right, the next one too is NEAT. Okay, acronym NEAT. This is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is movement. This is not exercise, meaning your heart rate is elevated. Okay, again, accounts for about 20% of your daily expenditure if you're focused on it. Okay, if we're sedentary all day, you're not going to have a lot of NEAT in here in your day, right? And here's the thing. A study came out showing that the caloric burn from your NEAT movement is 200% more than the caloric burn from exercise. Okay, because exercise is the top of that little ladder I'm talking about, and it's usually about 10% of your daily expenditure if you do exercise that day. 200%. Now, it's not about calories in or out, okay? But if you are eating 3,000 calories a day and you're sedentary, you're definitely not going to lose weight. Okay, calories are at the top of that apex. So non-essential activity thermogenesis, just moving your body, okay, accounts for almost 200% more caloric burn in your day. So if you look, and if you guys have one of these, you can see it, right? You'll see like activity calories burned versus the other stuff. And your activities burn could be like 200, 400 calories, 500, right? Whatever it may be, if you're doing a big, F45 class or something. Okay. And then the rest of it makes sense. But just we underestimate the time of just moving our bodies. Okay. Which is one of the biggest fat burning mistakes I see out there, is just movement. The amount of time that we spend trying to fit our workouts in, we should also be doing or just movement and mind body connecting. Okay. And the thing is to remember that everyone's threshold of NEAT movement is different. Okay. So even though I love the whole notion of 10,000 steps, it's a great motivator for some people, but it may be beneficial to you more than it would to me. Okay, everyone's NEAT movement is different. And they typically say for that 200%, you need about 30 minutes a day. Is that feasible for a lot of women that are as busy wearing all the hats? Maybe not so. But this is where you need to be strategic and where coaching helps, because you figure out what works in your life so you can get the benefits of the NEAT movement. Okay, let's talk about the benefits of just moving your body. Okay, yesterday, first and foremost, we talked about passive and active self-care. NEAT movement is a great bang for your buck. Going out for a 5-minute, I don't even care if it's a minute, okay, walk to move your body and just not be on this, okay, and just to breathe and center yourself and connect is huge. What color? We call it the mom sky syndrome. What color is sky today? Oh, I don't know. Because you got blinders on because you're go, 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 right? Look up at the sky. It's blue. Tap into your senses. What do you see, hear, smell? It's amazing what we hear when we actually focus on it, right? Being outside, if you're able, I know in the northern climates, I'm here too, it's starting to get cold. Okay, but if you're able to get outside, there is scientific evidence about grounding yourself in nature is a natural cortisol blocker. We talked about that all yesterday. Okay. The other benefits of neat movement are what we talked about in day 2, the good old insulin, right? What's our biggest consumer of insulin? Muscle. Muscle. Even though you're not power walking, this is not about power walking. This is just about moving your body. Okay. I don't care outside ideally, but maybe it's just getting out of your office like this, back-to-back Zoom meetings, and just taking a couple laps around the house. Move. Dance party in your kitchen while you're making yourself lunch. Okay. Gardening for some, but you're connecting with yourself. You're present in the moment. You're not just doing the mechanics of it just because, right? And remember with insulin too, so then with insulin, a fat cell cannot expand unless insulin is present. So if we don't need to be pumping out as much insulin because our glucose is getting used by our biggest consumer muscle, guess what? Insulin can stay down here and just hang out for a little bit. Well, good old liver is like, all right, I'm releasing the fat cells. Okay, use this for energy now, please. We've got a lot in depot here. Gonna get rid of it. Okay, just moving your body, moving your body. Okay, so insulin, okay, is a big one. It takes you out of fat storing mode. Please write this down, write or downer. It takes you out of fat storing mode and puts you into fat burning mode. Just by like how I gave the little acting there of fat cell yelling out, from fat storing to fat burning. Because the majority of you guys here that are here and feel stuck are in fat storing mode, knowingly or unknowingly, because you already eat clean and work out. Okay, so intentional movement, but please remember too that that the caveat is that everyone's NEAT is different, right? Everyone's NEAT is a little bit different, but does not mean that you shouldn't be, you know, focusing on it. Bebop around the house, right? Recognizing that your resting metabolic rate is totally different. That changes from person to person too. What this is a big aha, hopefully for you guys, is that it's showing you how the blanket solutions out there will not work for everybody. They're blanketed. They're marketed to millions and thousands and hundreds of thousands for a reason. It has to be blanketed to try to pick the ones that would be successful for. Okay, but if the reality is that everyone's nutrition pairing is different, because my life is different, my mind body connection, my stress level is different. Okay, that my ability to be able to move or not is different because of my work and my obligations. Like everyone's life is different. Everyone's mind's different. Everyone's body's different. So that's why, you know, everyone is so unique and individualized, and we guilt ourselves saying it didn't work for us. It didn't work for us. I don't know what to do. Okay, you haven't invested in you. Okay, you did the expense of buying a program, maybe if you have, or doing a meal plan or whatever, but you haven't invested into you. Does that make sense? Okay. I had something about calories here, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to go down the calories rabbit hole. Okay, but that's again the big thing, one of the biggest mistakes that I see over and over again is this notion again that working out is about losing weight, and that working out is working out, and it's also intentional movement. And the amount of time we spend on making sure that we're hitting the gym and doing whatever 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes many of you days a week, we need to put into movement. And how we can get so much bang for our buck with movement is that time to mind body connect, to breathe, to be present with ourselves, okay, to look around, ground ourselves in nature, and that reaps such amazing health benefits. because guess what? It helps the cortisol go. Okay, fat storing hormone. Okay, fat storing hormone. Dance party in the kitchen is also super fun. Okay, your husband might be like, what is she doing? And you just be like, Moni told me to. Dance party while I'm cooking my meals. And if you have littles like me, they like to pump out their music and have a great party. It's so funny, right? But hopefully you guys are seeing, okay, again, we're going to recap this tomorrow, how this is so much more than meal plans and workouts. One of you PM'd me, I think Lisa said, thank you for talking. I've never heard it explained like this and talked about this before. This is why we do this challenge. Okay, this is why we do it. Because it's all giving you little beginner steps to get you in the right direction. But I'm just not going to leave you be. Come tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a summary, and then we're going to talk about the key missing piece. Okay, key missing piece that we see. And it actually shows that women in this key piece, when they start implementing it, are 90% more successful. Okay, to whatever measure of success that you would have for yourself are. Okay, so definitely please come tomorrow, even if you're behind on the videos or whatever it may be, come tomorrow. Because again, we summarize, we talk about this key piece that could be a make or break really for a lot of your journeys. Okay, so we're doing that at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am going to give you guys a special bonus offer. There's actually two. One main one, which is super exciting. Okay. And then we're going to wrap this all up and get you guys going through the holidays, because again, this is about not gaining this winter 15 this year. Okay. And not feeling that you have to put blinders on and focus on not eating, working out, not eating, not saying no to the holiday parties and all that. Whose schedule is booked up for December already? Like, I'm naturally an introvert actually. And I just said to my husband the other day, I'm like, I don't know about this. Like, it's so much. I want to see people. I love connection, but it's a lot going on. Sometimes I like just to curl up, right? Watch The Bachelorette, read a book, don't talk to anybody. Too much information. Anyways, have an amazing Friday. Have a dance party in the kitchen. Think about your neat movement. Okay. And give me your biggest takeaway. That's your homework for today, is just to get outside. I don't care if it's 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Okay. Get outside, move your body. All right. Much love. Have an amazing, amazing Friday. And I will see you here tomorrow. Sorry about the Facebook thing again. I will see you here tomorrow. Fingers crossed, Facebook's working at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love.